Have you ever wondered, could that handful of eat for health nuts each afternoon be the reason your blood pressure keeps creeping up, your mind stays fuzzy, and your knees ache, even though you've cut back on salt and walk every day? According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, more than 65% of Americans over 60 live with high blood pressure. 1/3 show signs of memory decline, and 1 in 3 complain of stiff knees and difficulty standing. The World Health Organization adds another sobering statistic: 28% of arthritis cases and 24% of dementia cases are linked to an unbalanced intake of fatty acids and minerals, where the silent contribution comes from nuts that seem harmless. We've heard the ads claiming that cashews, walnuts, or macadamias are good for the heart, good for the brain. True, but only when you're 30 with a robust metabolism and clear arteries. After age 60, liver enzymes slow, the intestinal lining thins, and bones lose minerals, at which point a nut high in oxalates, saturated fat, or with an excessive omega-6 ratio becomes a burden. Blood sugar swings, LDL rises, joints simmer with inflammation, and the mind is shrouded in fog. The good news is you don't have to eliminate this natural vitamin entirely. What you need is to know which nuts to limit, which to prioritize, and in what quantities so your body can reap their full benefits. In this video, from a geriatric nutrition perspective, we'll expose 3 party crashers commonly lurking in your golden diet, then introduce 5 clinically proven alternatives that help lower blood pressure, lubricate joints, and even improve memory scores. If you want to keep your heart resilient, your steps steady, and your mind sharp for many more years, stay with us until the end of this video. Hit subscribe now so you don't miss the upcoming in-depth series, and share this with your loved ones, because a small change today could prevent a long prescription tomorrow. So the journey begins right now. In the first part, we will put the 3 golden faces of the nut aisle, cashews, walnuts, and macadamias, under a microscope. I'm not trying to create fear. The sole objective is to help you clearly see which mechanisms cause your blood sugar to suddenly spike after a snack, why your joints throb when you overindulge, and under what circumstances those expensive nuts become a burden on your liver, kidneys, or memory. Each nut will come with smart portion control tips, so you can still enjoy the flavor while your body quietly thanks you. 1. Cashews. You might think a handful of crunchy, rich cashews is a fancy snack, both filling and healthy. At ages 30-40, that isn't wrong, but after 60, the story changes direction. First, cashews are among the nuts with the highest glycemic index, hovering around 55-60. That means that just 15-20 nuts will send your blood sugar rocketing like a roller coaster before it suddenly crashes. For older adults already sensitive to blood sugar swings, that up and down is enough to cause fleeting blurred vision, mental fog, a racing heart. And if repeated frequently, it can pave the way for retinal complications or peripheral nerve damage. Second, cashews contain quite high levels of oxalate. Oxalate is the binder that teams up with calcium to form small crystals in the kidneys. The more oxalate, the higher the risk of stones. At the same time, the calcium locked up in this process is no longer available to keep your bones strong. After age 60, when calcium absorption has already declined, an overindulgent serving of cashews can quietly drain your bone mass even faster. A body over 60 metabolizes as slowly as an old car with sluggish brakes. When you consume something that both spikes your blood sugar and pulls calcium out of the game, that car has to work harder to keep blood sugar in the safe lane and find calcium elsewhere. The result is feeling fatigued after your snack, sometimes a twinge in your lower back, a sign your kidneys are filtering oxalate, or tingling in your legs when you stand too long. This is not fear-mongering, but a simple physiological fact. If you still enjoy the rich, fragrant taste of cashews, you don't have to eliminate them entirely. Shift from eat freely to eat conditionally. Limit yourself to under 10 nuts a day, ideally soaked overnight, and lightly roasted without salt to reduce oxalate and hidden sodium. Only nibble in the morning or early afternoon, when your body still has time to burn the energy. Absolutely avoid cashews after dinner, when insulin is already sluggish. And remember to drink an extra glass of warm water as a gentle sugar rinse for your kidneys. A small tweak in today's portion can help your eyes stay sharp, your kidneys stay happy, and your mind stay clear tomorrow. That's a nutritional investment well worth making for anyone who wants to live actively at 60 plus. 2. Walnuts. This nut has long been positioned as a brain vitamin thanks to its reputation for abundant omega-3. So many older adults automatically scoop up a handful every time they open the fridge. The problem is that in those same rich, buttery nuts there is 4 times more omega-6 than omega-3. When the fat balance is skewed like that, the body shifts the immune system into a mild inflammatory state, like a smoldering fire burning the knees, wrists, and gradually reaching the brain, making recent memories cloudy. One more hidden factor: walnuts contain high levels of phytate, a compound that binds zinc and iron and flushes them right down the drain. Those 2 minerals are key to memory, immune function, and tissue repair. When they become deficient over time, older adults tire easily, forget things, and even small cuts take forever to scab over. A research team at Harvard Medical School followed more than 600 volunteers over age 65, feeding them 50 g of walnuts per day for 6 months. The result: their CRP inflammation marker rose significantly, and those with rheumatoid arthritis reported a marked increase in pain. In other words, if you sit watching TV and mindlessly munch a dozen halves, the effect is like pouring more fuel onto already inflamed joints. So how can you enjoy the rich, nutty flavor of walnuts without turning them into a slow poison? Stop at 5-7 halves per day, split into a morning or afternoon snack, and never eat them 2 weeks straight without alternating with another omega-3 source. A simple approach: sprinkle a tablespoon of ground flaxseed over yogurt and add a few canned sardine fillets to your salad. The omega-6, omega-3 ratio is brought back into balance, and both your joints and memory breathe a sigh of relief. Don't let walnuts go solo alongside a steak or ribs, because animal fats rich in arachidonic acid will compound the inflammatory response. And if you've ever suffered from insomnia or kept forgetting your grandchild's name, try cutting back on walnuts for a week and adding leafy greens plus zinc-rich foods like oysters. You'll wake up with a clearer mind and less stiffness in your joints each morning. 3 macadamia nuts. Always painted as the queen of nuts, small package, high price, roasted crisp, buttery, and luxurious, no less than a glass of fine wine. The problem is, for a body over 60, each glossy round nut is like a calorie bomb with a slow fuse. Just 40 grams of macadamias, about 5 or 6 nuts to snack on, you've already taken in 200 calories, most of which come from saturated fat. In the young, muscles burn energy quickly, so this number isn't impressive. But when metabolism has declined, the excess calories easily settle around the waist, push up triglycerides, and pump extra visceral fat around the liver. The saturated fat in macadamias also nudges up LDL, the bad cholesterol, just like adding bricks to the hidden plaque building on your arteries. Worse, macadamias are low in fiber, so there's no broom to sweep away excess cholesterol nor to support bowel motility. If you've ever had your gallbladder removed, your fat digestion is already weak. Grabbing a handful of macadamias after dinner easily leads to a heavy feeling in the stomach and greasy, belching through the night. Anyone fighting high blood lipids or frequent indigestion should be especially cautious, because the digestive enzymes in the gut at this age are no longer abundant enough to process a rush of dense fats. Yet you don't have to banish macadamias forever. What's needed is the right dosage and the right companions. Keep your portion to a maximum of 3 to 4 nuts per day, best eaten in the morning or early afternoon, along with high-fiber fruits like pears or apples to speed fats through your intestines and reduce LDL absorption. Don't make macadamias your after-dinner dessert when you're about to settle in to watch TV and then sleep. The extra energy will go straight into fat storage. And don't pair these nuts with butter, cheese, or shortbread. Piling fat upon fat is like adding 2 sandbags to an already slow-moving metabolic system in older age. A few macadamias, chewed slowly to savor their subtle richness, accompanied by a glass of warm water and a plate of fresh fruit. That is the truly sophisticated way to enjoy premium nuts without becoming hostage to cholesterol and excess calories. You see, those 3 wake-up slaps about overeating cashews, walnuts, and the overrich macadamias are not meant to turn you into a nut-phobic person, but to clear the stage for the truly necessary choices in the kitchen after 60 plus. If we draw an analogy, those 3 are like slow-down signs, while the 4 names about to appear are like a bright green light urging you forward with more confidence. And the first green light is the almond, a nut not promoted with flashy glamour like macadamias or labeled a brain superfood like walnuts, but outstanding for its rare balance. Light on the stomach, mineral-rich, low-risk, and versatile. In each 28-gram handful of almonds, about 18 nuts, you get roughly 75 mg of magnesium, the key that leads calcium into the bones instead of letting it roam free only to harden into arterial plaque. At an age where X-ray results often come with the 2 words osteoporosis, magnesium acts like a mason quietly filling in microcracks in bone tissue, while also keeping the heart's contractions steady. At the same time, the thin brown skin contains alpha-tocopherol vitamin E blended with a basket of natural flavonoids. This duo works like firefighters, sweeping away free radicals around nerve cells, helping the brain run smoothly and reducing that fuzzy feeling of forgetting names or misplacing keys. Soluble fiber, which sets almonds apart from cashews, travels down to the gut to feed beneficial bacteria, helping blood sugar rise slowly like a hybrid vehicle, so the pancreas never has to slam the accelerator. Almonds are especially useful for 3 groups of people. 1. Postmenopausal women or anyone with decreased bone density. 2. Those who have been warned by their doctor about arterial calcification or high blood pressure. 3. Those who eat little fatty fish and want to add good fats without any fishy odor. The simple way to use them: 15-20 whole almonds per day, preferably dry roasted and unsalted. If you have weak teeth, soak them in water for 4 to 8 hours, a trick that removes much of the phytic acid that inhibits mineral absorption and makes the almonds as tender and buttery as fresh beans. Busy morning. Sprinkle sliced almonds over a bowl of oats with a small banana, or mix them into Greek yogurt with a few blueberries to make a protein, fiber, and antioxidant-packed parfait. In the mid-afternoon slump, instead of reaching for a bag of cookies, nibble a few almonds slowly. You're fueling yourself steadily without sending glucose to the peak and then crashing. And most importantly, don't forget to drink a glass of warm water alongside. Water acts as a companion, carrying those minerals into every nook and cranny, helping your bones stay strong, your heart beat calmly, and your mind stay bright for all the golden years to come. If almonds are the treasurer balancing the body's mineral budget, pistachios are like a cardiovascular and vision coach tucked into the palm of your hand. Just 1 ounce, about 49 nuts, provides nearly 300 mg of potassium along with arginine, a duo of actives that every blood vessel welcomes because they help the vessel walls dilate smoothly, promote unimpeded blood flow, and gently lower circulatory pressure by a notch. For anyone whose doctor has mentioned the words high blood pressure at every visit, adding pistachios to your morning or afternoon snack is like opening a release valve on cardiovascular stress. The sensation of a heavy head and tight neck will also ease. One more rare bonus: the green-yellow pigments in pistachios are lutein and zeaxanthin, the exact carotenoids your retinal tissue has been thirsting for after years of staring at screens or driving under harsh sunlight. These 2 carotenoids concentrate in the macula, absorb excess blue light and free radicals, reduce glare, sharpen colors, and lower the risk of age-related macular degeneration, a problem that robs many over 70s of their freedom to drive. Pistachios are also craftier than most snacks because they're rich in plant protein and fiber, yet contain virtually no sugars, so post-meal blood glucose swings are minimal. A small handful is filling without twisting your glucose curve like a few cookies or a banana cake might. A little trick from nutritionists at the University of Pennsylvania is to keep the shell on. Each time you shell a pistachio, your brain hears, "I'm savoring this," instead of "I'm stuffing my face." You slow down, and the accumulating empty shells help you gauge exactly how many you've eaten instead of mindlessly downing the whole bag. To boost flavor, dry roast them over low heat for 3 minutes to bring out their natural buttery aroma, and skip the salt entirely so as not to undermine your blood pressure efforts. Or whip up an afternoon yogurt parfait. A spoonful of unsweetened Greek yogurt, a few kiwi slices, a handful of pistachios stirred together, which is both refreshing and richly nutritious, with added vitamin C to support lutein absorption. Do this consistently each day, and you'll notice your blood pressure readings stay out of the red, your eyes glare less in sunlight, and your body feels as light as if you'd pocketed a few extra hours of clean energy. If almonds are the bone manager and pistachios are the cardio coach, then hazelnuts are the spa specialist cum vascular designer for a body past 60. Beneath their thin, silky brown shells lies a treasure of vitamin E as alpha-tocopherol, a gift that thirsty skin, deepening wrinkles around the eyes, or a memory prone to dropping the signal have been awaiting. Vitamin E seals in natural moisture and sweeps away free radicals, attacking both collagen fibers and neurons. So after just a few weeks of regular intake, you'll notice the skin surface smoothing out and moments of forgetting the movie you just watched occurring less often. Accompanying it is the mineral duo of copper and manganese. Think of copper as the mold and manganese as the cement that helps your body cast new collagen fibers and patch up brittle vein walls, drastically reducing bruising from even the slightest bump against a table edge. Another benefit lies in the silky inner skin, often brushed off but rich in flavonoids like quercetin and kaempferol. They act like a tiny plumbing crew, seeping into inflamed capillaries, extinguishing the redness and leaving vessel walls softer and more elastic. That makes hazelnuts especially suitable for anyone recovering from surgery, post-menopausal women whose skin dulls quickly, or anyone who often feels leg fatigue because veins are too lazy to pump blood back up. The dosage doesn't have to be complicated. 10-15 whole hazelnuts per day, shell and all, to capture those flavonoids. You can lightly toast them for 3 minutes to release their buttery aroma and drop them into your morning oatmeal. Stir them into Greek yogurt with a few strawberries, or simply snack on them between meals instead of candy. Their natural, rich flavor is enough to trigger a gentle dopamine release, curbing sugar cravings that often strike when energy dips. Most importantly, hazelnuts are gentler on an aging digestive system than macadamias. They offer a moderate fiber content and a majority of unsaturated fats, so they rarely cause bloating. Add this hidden gem to your go-to nuts. Each handful you snack on is an inadvertent boost for your skin, your memory, and the tiny blood vessels running throughout your body. Are you put off by the smell of fish, worried about heavy metals, or simply tired of remembering to eat fatty fish 3 times a week? Flax seeds and chia seeds are the omega-3 fire extinguisher for older adults who want to protect their hearts without a spoonful of salmon. These tiny seeds contain ALA, the plant-based precursor to omega-3, and your body quietly converts part of that ALA into EPA and DHA to douse inflammation, lubricate your joints, and keep your heart rate steady. They also deliver abundant soluble fiber and lignans, a plant compound likened to traffic police in the gut. They feed beneficial bacteria, corral excess bad cholesterol, and escort it out, helping your intestines stay tidy and your blood vessels clean. The result is that the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, typically skewed toward pro-inflammatory levels in modern diets, will slide back to a safe balance of about 2:1, and you'll notice your knees creaking less on the stairs and your blood sugar no longer plunging like a roller coaster after lunch. The method is simple. For flax seeds, grind 2 teaspoons each morning in a coffee grinder, then sprinkle them over hot oatmeal or stir them into a smoothie. Grind them just before eating, because whole flax seeds pass through the digestive tract intact, sending all those omega-3s straight to the toilet. Chia seeds are even more versatile. Soak 2 tablespoons in water or almond milk for 15 minutes to create a smooth, easy-to-digest gel that also slows sugar absorption. Ideal if you wake thirsty in the night from a rapid blood sugar drop. Mix chia gel with Greek yogurt, add a handful of berries, and a pinch of cinnamon for a healthy snack that tames late afternoon sugar cravings. One small tip: drink an extra glass of water when you eat ground flax or chia gel, since their fiber absorbs water vigorously. If you're on blood thinners, start with half the above doses and inform your doctor at your next visit. Plant-based omega-3s can still enhance anticoagulant effects. Otherwise, stick with this routine for 3 to 4 weeks, and you'll see your LDL cholesterol fall, your hands feel less dry, and your stomach stay peacefully quiet after meals. No fishy smell, no bones to worry about. Just tiny seeds making a big difference for your health after 60. When you pass into your 60s, every nutritional choice becomes more than just eating deliciously. It's a silent equation that affects the pace of aging throughout your entire body. Tiny seeds like cashews, walnuts, or sunflower seeds, if used correctly, become natural medicines that keep your mind sharp, your joints supple, and your blood vessels clear. But if you use the wrong amount, at the wrong time, or combine them inappropriately, they can turn into a burden on your liver, heart, and memory. The most important lesson here is, you don't need to eliminate any seed entirely. What you need is to change how you view them, how you choose them, and how you pair them. For example, cut back on evening cashews, boost flax seeds at breakfast, swap sunflower seeds for chia seeds when snacking. Those small adjustments are the solid bricks on which to build a healthy, clear-minded, low disease risk later life. If this video has helped you better understand seeds and their roles after age 60, please share it with your family, friends, or anyone you care about. And don't forget to leave a comment below. This week, which seed will I change how I use? Not only is that a promise to yourself, it's also inspiration for many others seeking a healthier path in their golden years.